I'm Melissa Koerner from friendyourbody.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very simple, quick, and filling breakfast. I like to call it my awesome oatmeal mix. Now, growing up, I absolutely despised oatmeal. Of course, I was eating the processed stuff, you know, out of the box, the instant stuff. So this is a stovetop recipe, and we're using good quality oats, and we're going to put all kinds of wonderful ingredients in there to make the oatmeal nice and filling. Because a lot of times people tell me when they eat oatmeal for breakfast, it doesn't fill them up. And typically, if you're eating the instant stuff, that's not going to fill you up because it's just processed carbohydrate, and there's a lot of sugar in those. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some oats. I like the Irish-style oatmeal, preferably an organic oat if you can get it. We're going to use about ½ a cup of that. Of course, you can use more. Sometimes I recommend making oatmeal in larger quantities because it does take a little time to cook it. So if you make, 2 or 3 servings of it, you can have it for a few days. And I don't recommend actually throwing things in the microwave, but a great way to reheat it is just to put a little bit of boiling water in it just to sort of add the moisture back in and add some heat. So we're going to need ½ a cup of oats. I've got some ground flax over here. I've got some chia seeds, and I've got some crushed nuts. I have a whole mix of nuts in here. I take pecans, almonds, walnuts. I think I've got some cashews and macadamia nuts. And then I put them in a food processor. So they're sort of powdery, and some of them I leave in large chunks. So these are our sources of fat and protein. That's what's going to sort of fill up the oatmeal. I also like to add a little bit of coconut oil. We're just going to use about a teaspoon. So again, some added fat to make it more filling. I'm going to put a little bit of butter in my oatmeal, as strange as that sounds, but that's going to help add a nice flavor to it. It's also going to help make the oatmeal a little bit more filling. And then we're also going to add some raw cream. If you have intolerances to casein or lactose, you could also use like almond milk, or you could use coconut milk. Of course, you don't have to add the cream, or you don't have to have, a substitute for this. If you're putting, the nuts and seeds and the coconut oil and the butter, that may be enough fat, but I just like the flavor. And then finally, we've got 2 more ingredients. We're going to put some honey, raw honey. It's just to kind of sweeten it a little bit. You could also use maple syrup. You could use stevia. And then I'm going to put some diced apple. So I took a green apple and I cut it in a quarter, and then I just diced that quarter. So you don't need a lot. And then optional, I don't have it out, but I will take it out because I usually like to add cinnamon as well. So let's get started. Let's make this wonderful recipe. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is a cup of the oatmeal. So we'll measure that out, and I'm going to put it right in my saucepan here. And again, like I said before, maybe you want to make, 3 or 4 servings, or, sort of last you through the week. So this is just enough to make 1 serving. And then I've measured out a cup of water. So typically it's a cup of water per every ½ cup of oats. So I'm going to pour that in, turn my stove on, and I'm just going to cook it on medium heat. So, of course, cooking the stovetop oatmeal takes a little bit longer than the instant stuff, but it's far better for you. So if you don't have time to make the oatmeal in the morning, you're really pressed for time, make it the night before. And like I said, make, several servings so that you can just have it ready to go. Throw it, in a thermos, and you can have it, when you get to work. Okay, so we're going to take a closer look here at the oatmeal. So there are my oats in the water. And I'm just heating up my water now. Only takes a few minutes. And I've got a gas stove here, so things cook just a little bit faster with a gas stove. So that's sort of the benefit to having that. And your oatmeal's cooked when all the liquid has pretty much been absorbed. As someone who despised oatmeal growing up, I can tell you this is a really good recipe. Even if you don't like oatmeal, you'll like this. You got to just dress it up and put the right ingredients in it, because of course I wouldn't want to eat it plain. pretty close there. Give it another 30 seconds. And then we'll be good to go to add all of our other goodies. Okay, so the oatmeal is cooked. I'm going to turn my heat off and add all of my ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my coconut oil. And I'm just going to do about a tablespoon. I like to have about three tablespoons of coconut oil a day. So I'll typically put it, you know, in my yogurt in the morning, or if I have oatmeal, I'll put it in that. Put it in my smoothies. I'll put it in my tea. You know, I cook with it a lot. Like if I'm baking chicken, I'll put it on my chicken. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is put about a teaspoon of butter. And the butter actually not only adds a nice healthy fat to make it more filling, but it adds a nice creamy flavor to it. All right, and the next thing I'm going to do is add my raw whipping cream. And again, you know, coconut milk would be a great substitute, or almond milk. Coconut milk of the two would probably be better, a little bit more fat in that. And I'm just going to, I think I'm going to do 2 tablespoons for this. You can do 1 to 2, whatever you want, depending on how creamy you like it. All right, and then I'm going to put my honey. And I'm probably going to do about a teaspoon. Of course, if I were making this for my boyfriend, he'd probably want 2 tablespoons because he likes things really sweet. You're always better off starting a little bit light and then, you know, tasting it and then adding more. So I'm going to put that in there. All right. And now we will put our nuts and seeds. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of each. All right, so about a tablespoon of the crushed nuts. And then we'll do a tablespoon of the chia seeds. Add some nice flavor and nice texture to the oatmeal. And then some flax seeds. And again, these are ground. I buy them whole and then I put them in a food processor. So again, about a tablespoon of that. And then what do we have left? I've got my cinnamon. I don't measure that out. I just do, you know, a couple shakes, sprinkles. And then I'm going to put my apples right in there. Okay. And we'll take a closer look so you can see. In fact, you don't even have to have oatmeal for breakfast. Sometimes I'll have it as a snack. I'll have it for dinner. Who says you have to have oatmeal for breakfast? And then I'm just going to mix it up. And I'm telling you, this is a very filling breakfast. So having the oats by themselves, not only is it not very tasty, but it's not very filling. So when you add all kinds of good ingredients, it makes it more of a balanced meal. And there you go. That's it. Beautiful. Apple, cinnamon, oatmeal. Okay, so that's it. As you can see, that's a pretty quick breakfast, and it's pretty simple to make. Very, very healthy. Nice balance of healthy carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And if you want to learn more about how to create a healthy, balanced meal for yourself, I encourage you to contact me for a complimentary consultation where I can teach you a little bit more about metabolic typing. because it's good to have a basic understanding of how to balance your meals appropriately. So if you like this recipe and you want more recipes and some health and fitness tips, then please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out friendyourbody.com, where you can download your free Get Fit Starter Pack. We've got all kinds of great meal planning ideas and how to put together a fitness plan for yourself, boost your metabolism, all kinds of great stuff in that pack. So again, I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.